Well, welcome to Cascais, welcome to Portugal, and welcome to what has been the final day of the Audi Medcup regatta, the first of 5 regattas in this fantastic venue where we've had some amazing racing, and the final day, that's exactly how it panned out here as well. Now, with me in the studio for this highlight show, we've got Rod Davis, who's the coach of Emirates Team New Zealand, and also Gustavo Martinez Thereste, who's the tactician on board Puerto Calero. We've got our 2 winners here, and we'll see how they did it later on in this highlights program. But initially, Rod Davis, welcome with this TP52s. Congratulations on the win. It didn't start off so well, though. You were a 6th and a last on the first day, but then it came right. What went right thereafter?
We just struggled off the starting line for the first 2 races and didn't make good decisions. Normally, if you're back in the pack, you try and just pass 1 or 2 boats and turn the score into a respectable keeping score. But we just were a little bit rusty and out of phase, and it took us a while to get back into the groove of things.
Okay, well, they got back into the groove. They polished off that rust with some ease. So when they went into the final race today, it did look pretty much as though that you were able to win quite comfortably. And the podium places were still much there to play for, even though Team New Zealand were pretty well ahead, it has to be said. But we talked to some of those challengers for the podium places.
Going to try to keep our solid performances going. We've had a couple of good ones in a row, and it'd be nice to finish out the regatta with 2 more. I think, you just always have to sail your best race, especially when the points are close. If you had a 5 or 7 point cushion like Team New Zealand does, you can start to sail a little more conservatively and just go to certain sides of the course just to be in touch with your nearest competitors. But when only 1 or 2 points separates 3 or 4 boats, you can't cover everybody, so you just kind of got to go out and do your best race and see where the score falls at the end.
Oh, it's actually too nice. Our aim was to finish top half. At the moment we're even 2nd behind Team New Zealand with a gap, but leading all the fleet, which is unbelievable for the late start we had here, coming here with no practice, just putting the boat together. So we are more than happy where we are, and I think we can't do wrong anymore today, whatever happens.
So here for the last day of the Audi Medcup in Cascais, we have decided to not control the rest of the fleet, but just sail our race today and trying to keep in the same mood that we are from the beginning of the week.
Well, our week has been up and down. We had some good results and some really bad ones. And we are struggling a little bit with boat speed, which is not helping, of course, and a little bit of a lack of experience as well on the circuit. So we thought it was going to be hard. Maybe not as hard as it's been in a few races, but it's very high-level competition, and you do mistakes and you pay immediately. So that's what it is. Well, we'll try to understand how to improve a little bit our boat performance and boat handling, and try to be a little more consistent for the next events.
So Torben Grail there battling a bit, not battling with Emirates Team New Zealand, but they did have to still step up to the plate to make sure that they could get this convincing victory that they needed in race to attack race 9 properly. And we join the action in race 9 just before the start. Origin looking pretty tied up on the line. So are we going to get a clean start? 6 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it looks from virtual certainty, it looks like a clear start. We're trying to get back out on the water to Andy Robertson for his perspective on this. Andy, are we through to you yet? Andy Robertson, are you hearing us there? No, we've still got issues. So just looking, it looks like Team Origin had a pretty good start there, right in the middle of the line. And You were on board yesterday, Roddy. Describe the atmosphere heading into the start line.
You've just seen there that Team Origin had to kill a bit of time, and I don't think they were going flat out, but they certainly got a really good start there today, and just hope that they can get enough boat speed now to make the best of it.
Well, it's this whole aspect of getting clean air and then trying to find your lane, find this elusive, invisible lane that gives you just that bit of clean air and the chance to get your nose out and ahead. And Virtual at the moment are telling us that Bigamist got the best of the starts, followed by Matador, and then Team Origin, who are now leaping into second place, just coming off the line, just a minute off the line in this race 9, the penultimate race of the Trofeo de Portugal in this 2010 Audi Medcup series. Team Origin looking in a very, very powerful position there. They seem to be getting clean air, and we can see that really, whether this is a leftover sea from yesterday, but they're pitching through this. So the breeze is up, the sea is up, and so is Team Origin. Now top dog at the moment, according to Virtual Eye.
Team Origin in first, Bigamist second, Emirates Team New Zealand in third, and then probably Matador fourth.
Okay, right. Heading around the top mark. Give us your best estimate of the wind speed here now. Go ahead, Andy.
Matador round in fourth, Audi all for one in fifth.
Well, they're going across the gate now. So Team Origin, well, what we've seen happen so far is that when the breeze gets up like it has been, the first guy to get round that mark, then hoist the kite, they do get this advantage of a quick scoot away while the others are still setting their kites. And
nice set there from Team Origin as they come away from the coast. Of course, we're going to see them getting into better pressure, but significantly perhaps Emirates Team New Zealand have jibe set, as indeed our Matador.
Ringing the changes on the mark. Well, if you're not, you can't do anything else other than play follow the leader if you don't do that. So the call's gone out straight away on Emirates Team New Zealand. Get
actually,
across and on
Matador have
Matador.
a problem. They're broaching out just now. Loftus pure.
At the moment, you have to say that Bigamist seem to have hooked into one, because they've got their nose well ahead of Emirates Team New Zealand, and they're not, I don't think at this stage, going to be caught unless something drastic does happen. But it can happen at this stage of the race very, very quickly. Dean Barker there, everybody stacked back there. You can see that there's nobody ahead of him, and they're doing this pumping action, surfing down. These are terrific images, and it's what fun this must be. You had a bit of that yesterday. Terrific racing.
Yeah, we had. I mean, we were going really quick, but only slow in relation to everybody else. But it was enormous fun.
Here we're again seeing that amazing economy of movement from Dean Barker, just feathering his way down this, and working in unison with his main sheet trimmer, his kite trimmer, and this new law that allows them to sort of pump their way like a windsurfer up onto the waves and really get the boat surfing. And I love that shot where they disappear down below the swell and then come back accelerating out of it. They're wonderful boats, these. They're a joy to watch, and we're watching now our race leader rather, Bigamist. Race 9, we're coming up to, we're almost an hour into this race. It's not going to be far now to the finish. How far off, Andy?
Race 9, and it'll be the ninth victory since they started with this boat last year on the Audi Medcup circuit. Team New Zealand have now jibed the line for their final approach, and it looks like Matador will be third. According to our calculations, and I reckon Emirates Team New Zealand can't be caught for the overall Portugal trophy after this race, but that's obviously with our very, very provisional low-grade arithmetic.
Okay, there's celebrations on board Bigamist there with Alfonso Domingos on his crew, but here we've got Emirates Team New Zealand coming in to take second place and effectively taking taking out this regatta. I would, if I was a betting man, I would say that there will be, as usual, very little emotion shown on this boat.
Yeah, that's right.
The job's half done.
We're gonna have a good.
Well, quite right there. There's the Emirates Team New Zealand. We were right in thinking that that was going to really seal the win for them. Audi all for one still in a great place, and Team Origin still fighting for that podium, and we'll see how that pans out in race 10. But in the meantime, Rod Davis, that did wrap it up for you guys. What then is your approach to race 10? Because the second did it and you looked imperious.
Our game plan for the whole day was to stay aggressive. We see these last two races as a continuation. There's a 50-race series of the whole Medcup, so we need to capitalize on every race. And although it did seal the deal for this regatta, we still count all these races in the future. So we wanted to come out real aggressive, and the plan was to be the top boat out of the day.
Well, they certainly made that quite crystal clear. Now, you'd have heard there that one of our commentators was Roddy Ainsley, Ben Ainsley's dad. Now, you've in a pretty unique position. You've coached both Ben Ainsley and Dean Barker, arch rivals now. Just quickly sum up what are the differences and the skill sets that they each have.
Well, Ben's very aggressive. He tends to sail all boats like his fin. Very physical, very aggressive style of sailor. Dean is much more calculating and a lot calmer. Both of them have their pluses and minuses. Certainly Ben did a very, very good job of stepping from the fin into the America's Cup boats and learning the match racing thing, and he did a superb job there. So he'll be a big threat for us at Team New Zealand over the next 5 years.
I think it's a rivalry we're really going to enjoy. And in a way, it was a bit sad that it went off the boil, but so dominant were the guys on Emirates Team New Zealand over Origin as far as race 9. But we're going to be talking soon with Puerto Calero. So let's first see how they did in their race, their first race today. It's been here in Cascais, a world famous sailing venue, and for first timers here, and myself included, I wouldn't say it's been a revelation. It's what I expected, but it's really great when you come and see something that you've heard so much about, and it's what I would call a great non-disappointment, because sometimes you go to these places and they're not what you might expect. And we're jibe here now on Cascais, on Madrid Cascais. You can see that it's a fairly exacting exercise, but swooping ahead of them in a good lead here. We've got Jose Maria Ponce sailing Islas Canarias, Puerto Calero, and is this the shot that's going to be taking them down to the line? It is indeed. There's the finish line. Another gun, yet another gun for Puerto Calero, Islas Canarias. Applause here in our commentary room, and applause for themselves on board. Still some concentration and grinding going on as they pull the kite down and take a well-earned breather with one more race to go. So that means that's a win. They can't be caught again, a bit like the Team New Zealand situation. They can't be caught. Paolo Chan brings Madrid Cascais over the line in second spot, but its first spot has gone to Puerto Calero. The defending GP42 champions take out the first regatta of the 2010 Audi Medcup series, the Trofeo de Portugal, and in just inside an hour of racing, they've sealed the win. So it was Gustavo here, the tactician on board Puerto Calero. You, like Emirates Team New Zealand, you'd taken it out with a race to spare. How did that feel?
Yeah, we feel very, very happy. So it had been very difficult for us to be here. So we are very happy to win. We are very grateful to our owner for that, and we try all the best every day, and finally we did it. So like you say, we won the championship in the first race, but we need to try to keep the gap, just thinking in all the circuits. So.
Now, what's been your secret, do you think? Why have you been sailing so well?
I think I have been very, very close all the fleet, and any little mistake make the difference. So we just try to be focused and try to make few mistakes, and that's all. Not secret.
Well, that's what I think. Clearly, Rod Davis agreeing with you there. But we still had, each of them still had one race to do. But we'll go first of all to the TP52s and look at their race 10, and still a lot of things to fight for, particularly podium places and more glory for Emirates Team New Zealand.
Team New Zealand make a good start in the committee boat end of the line. Team Origin a little bit buried in the middle of the line, and down on this left side, Christabella also look pretty decent. Audi all for one of the first to tack off onto port, up towards the committee boat end.
And what about the position
already,
with
Emirates Team New Zealand looking to be taking early control of this race. Team Origin now starting to emerge just to weather of Matador, a little bit back in Matador, but just winding the boat up now.
Okay, you're crackling a bit there, Andy. We'll see if we can clear the line somewhat. We're looking at Emirates Team New Zealand, the champions in waiting, if you like. And they're just rolling into attack, having got themselves a pretty nice clean start. Bob Fisher.
I think the real battle here is going to be between Matador and Team Origin, and that's the one for third place. That's one we ought to concentrate on. I mean, Team New Zealand are just out and gone, aren't they? I think Quantum looks all set to take second place. They're really clear, but it's going to be that one between the Matador and Team Origin, and there they are locked together almost.
We are wondering what on earth has happened to Artemis, because they're now showing to be 200 metres behind, and they're virtually showing them sailing along. But there must be something. Either something's gone wrong. Oh well, looking at the bowsprit there is that is not looking good. Isn't there a few bits missing there, Bob, by the look of it?
Yeah, it's the bit that's missing seems to be the bobstay.
Yes, indeed.
And you can't use a bowsprit without a bobstay. As an owner of a boat that has a bowsprit, I can tell you.
We're going to go back and have a look at the start so we can maybe see, well, there's Matador and Artemis having a bit of a tangle there. Now, Artemis then peel off, though. Well, would that have been a port starboard maybe? Well, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Maybe that is where the damage is, that not keeping clear, and they've whacked into Origin.
Quantum has picked up the breeze again, and you can see from her bow wave that it really is honing along out there at this particular time. It's been on and off, but it's stretched back to the sort of 60 metres, but Emirates coming back at them. And, of course, they're going out now. They're crossing the line, and this is where Emirates would get into the more favourable breeze, except that it looks to me like Quantum can possibly lay down on that jibe, on the starboard jibe, to the finish line.
It is looking that way, and there's the advantage to Quantum if they can, and it does look like they can probably lay that, and they've stretched it back out again with that manoeuvre. So a little bit of closing it up, but not quite enough. And what a wonderful sight! What a great way to be seeing this regatta finish. And I think I think from Team New Zealand point of view, they've probably run out a runway to make this any tighter. But another second place, it's going to look good on that on the results order. And I think this is probably our finishing shot as we watch Quantum surfing for just one last time, surfing right through the line. A terrific win there for Terry Hutchinson. Well, there are a few little some pats on the back. The famous white face covered in sun cream of Terry Hutchinson. He'll have a big smile on his face. Winners are grinners. Great for him to be able to come back after that injury. But here we have. This is the champion team. They are champions overall. They're the defending champions, and they're now the Portuguese champions. The Trophy de Portugal for the Audi Medcup goes to Emirates Team New Zealand. Dean Barker drives them across the line. They're already the winners. They're confirmed as the winners, and that's both hands on the trophy, and they'll be taking that one home with them.
It's a wonderful performance by Emirates Team New Zealand in this regatta. They have been the team almost all the time to beat. So there you go.
Christabella now crossed the line in third spot, and what's the banter going on for the rest of them? And Andy, take us through the rest of these boats as they cross now.
Yeah, well, slightly disappointing there for Audi. Also, one who dropped back a little bit, but very, very close finish between them. Massacre and Synergy just getting there. And all we have left is Team Origin and Luna Rossa. So the two teams who have the biggest debrief to do after this regatta.
Well, it'll be an interesting debrief for Team Origin. Ben Ainsley there, just well, you can almost feel the disappointment coming off the boat. They're so close so far, but a long way to go in the regatta.
Martin, I think the key difference between them and Luna Rossa is that Luna Rossa may have some speed issues, but they've also had fundamental problems with their boat handling. Their boat handling is still a step below what you'd expect.
So confirmation here on the points table of Emirates Team New Zealand's dominance. Audi A1 all for one, a really amazing second place. Artemis somehow survived losing their the prod at the front of the boat from whatever collision it was, and sneaked in by 1 point ahead of Quantum to get that podium place. But Rod Davis, 4 firsts, 2 seconds out of 10 races. How satisfying was that in the end, given your start?
Yeah, no, we're really happy with it. To take a 20-point lead into the next regatta is better than what we would have or could have wished for. So we're quite happy with that. Start off with that. We're going to make some changes to some sails because we think we can speed up some stuff, and we know the other boats are going to go faster too.
They are indeed, but initially the key to your success this time round?
Oh, I think we started with a pretty good platform from last year, and we used a lot of the same sailing notes for this year, and I think having the same team sailing the same boat really probably helped us a lot.
Okay, well, congratulations on that. We'll be back to you for a final word. First of all, we're going to go to the final race of the GP42s. Puerto Calero looking for more glory and about to get it not quite at the as they might have wished. These are the most marvellous conditions, perfect really for this kind of racing and for these boats, which do get up and boogie given half a chance. Paolo Chan in the white cap, and just calling on a little bit more power and building a bit bigger lead over Puerto Calero in the run for home. Might even be the run for the line. Here's Puerto Calero, lovely images of in the background, but here's our race leader howling across the front of Puerto Calero, probably going in for maybe it's the one more jibe and in. They've gone back over to that favoured side of the course. There's Virtual telling us what the gap is, where they're going, and there's the finish line. So maybe they just hunt out there and just put in that one final jibe and to take the win. And it's rather like Quantum for in the TP52s for Madrid Cascais for Paolo Chan, finishing with a flourish, and the first will look nice. and let the picture tell the story there. That's as good as it gets. That's just marvellous sailing. Love to be on board myself. That would be a thrill. Everybody stacked up at the back. Looks like they're coming in now, moving forward, getting ready for what could be their one and in. Cascais have now jibed back onto starboard, and now Puerto Calero go through them through their manoeuvre themselves. Always a bit tricky, a bit more complicated with the pole as opposed to the Jenica with the prod. But at least they've got a pole, which was more than, or a prod of some kind, which is more than can be said for Artemis. There's the finish line. Maybe it is still one more jibe to go. Hard to judge from here, but that's Madrid Cascais are not going to be caught now. And it looks like Iberdrola have third place secured pretty comfortably behind Puerto Calero, but there it is. The final race, a little squeeze of the shoulder for Paolo Chan. As I say, finishing with a flourish. That's good news for Madrid Cascais. Puerto Calero nicely notching up another second to make their scorecard look even more of a winner than it is anyway. Across the line slides the boat from the Canary Islands. Second place for Islas Canarias, Puerto Calero. 28 seconds the gap. Iberdrola next. This is their regatta over as well. Okay, confirmation again, like Emirates Team New Zealand, of Puerto Calero's complete domination of this regatta. Madrid Cascais second, Iberdrola third, and no, that was the whole story here. Iberdrola doing particularly well with an older boat, but Puerto Calero very much the champions. Gustavo, same question to you really. The secret of your success, because you really did dominate.
Yeah, I think that the point don't say that it has been very hard every race. So I think today we chose the right side of the course first than the other. So maybe the key was to be on the right in the upwind, and then downwind we jibe before the opponent. So I think that was the key. So we were faster and we make the decision faster than the other. So
now second place was almost irrelevant because you'd wrapped it up just like Emirates Team New Zealand did. But the mood within your team tonight?
Sorry?
The mood, how do you all feel in tonight?
Yeah, we are all very, very, very happy. So we sail our best, trying to beat our opponent in every race. And just we think in every race, in every point, and we go race after one, and we try the best every time.
Okay, well, it certainly pays dividends now. Emirates Team New Zealand, final question to you, Rod. You've got to go to Marseille now. What's the game plan?
Oh, the game plan will be similar to this one, just trying to be the best boat on each day. Hopefully we'll get off to a little quicker start than we did here. Marseille, we expect it'll be windy again, which suits our boat fine. But we also understand that everybody's going to be a lot better than they were.
Okay, well, we look forward to it, and that's going to wrap it up. Thanks very much for coming in and talking to us. Congratulations to both of you. That is really quite an amazing achievement to be doing it all with one race to spare. So next stop for the Audi Medcup Regatta Circuit is, of course, Marseille. We look forward to you joining us there, and thanks for watching Audi Medcup TV from Cascais in Portugal. Goodbye.